Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey to man style, self-development and personal grooming. Now this is another in my back to basics videos in which I provide advice and maybe some guidance for people who need a reminder, or maybe they're new to the world of looking after themselves and leading this more sartorial life which will see us well on our journey to Chap Nirvana. Now today I'm going to talk to you about back to basics when it comes to grooming. Now there's nothing new here, alright? This video serves as a reminder perhaps to most of us to the things that we should be doing, we could be doing, we want to go back to doing, that we have done in the past when it comes to looking our best and establishing a routine which will keep us healthy in many different ways as well as looking our best. So I've got a lot of tips for you today, so let's plow through them. Okay, so I'm going to start from the top and work down through the body to the feet. Now at the top of the head is an area which you would think I have little qualification to talk about, and that is hair care. Because I got to be honest, my hair went south when I was kind of in my late 30s if I remember right, started thinning, male pattern baldness struck, and since then I have kept my hair very short, very sleek, very stylish. Me and Jason Statham would swear by this look. But if you've got a full head of hair, there are things that you need to do to keep it in good order. The first thing is get your hair cut regularly. I hate to see men with straggly, scruffy, lank, dirty hair who don't look after it. It's not fair. Why should they have hair and not look after it when I wouldn't mind actually having a head of hair and I would treat it like a king if I had it? But go to those barbers, get it done. And if you find that it's getting too long between your visits to the barber, go to the barber more often. Factor it into the whole thing. And when it comes to looking after your hair care products, all right? This wasn't really a thing when I was younger. There used to be Brill cream and the odd gels, but these days there are a plethora of different things you can put into your hair. Choose the product which suits your hair the best, all right? Don't use Brill cream if you already suffer with greasy hair. Choose something which is going to complement the hair that you have. And one last thing, it might sound like the most obvious, but run a bloody comb through your hair. It does not do you a good service to go for the scarecrow look, which I hate to see people doing, all right? Boris Johnson, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, every time I saw him on the TV with his mop of unkempt, straw-coloured hair, I used to think to myself, is there not a mirror in 10 Downing Street? Because surely the man would look in the mirror before he went out to address the world. As a significant world leader, wouldn't you put a comb through your hair? It would have made such a difference, and it would make a difference to you. Get a comb, doesn't cost much money, and use it. Okay, moving on. Hair from the head, hair on the face. Facial hair, all right? All of us chaps have to battle with a decision whether to shave, whether not to shave. If you are a shaver, as I am, I shave every day, for God's sake, please, please do not use cartridge razors. For two reasons. One, they're not actually the best for your skin. They cut the hair so close to the skin, in some cases, they're actually designed having 5 blades on them, that some of the first blades on the razor, they pull the hair up a little, then the rear blades snick it off below the level of the skin. And then people are surprised when the hair breaks out through the skin, causing razor bumps and ingrowing hairs. It's not natural to cut your hair, your bristles, below the level of your skin, even though these razor manufacturers tell us that's the case. By far, the best way to shave is using a safety razor in a double-edged razor, all right? It is so much easier to shave when you learn how to use a double-edged razor. It's also, second reason, incredibly cheap compared to the cartridge razors, which cost a fortune in comparison. And there's a sustainability issue with the cartridge razor because it's partially made of plastic and partially made of steel. And they're not going to break down anytime soon. They're going to go into landfill, they're going to destroy our precious world. But your razor blade is made of steel, it can be recycled, and it uses less resources, and it gives you a better shave. So please, if you're still using a cartridge razor, move away from it. If you don't shave and you choose to have a beard, a stubble, or whatever it is, don't think that's an excuse not to shave at all, all right? You still need to tidy up around the jawline, around the edges. Don't just have some mop on your face. It doesn't reflect well in the way, it just looks like you can't be bothered. So keep it trimmed around the edges, keep its length reasonable. You know, if you like to have this big Grizzly Adams full face beard, at least shape it a little bit, make it look nice and respectable. And if you're going to have a big beard like that, maintain it properly. Use beard oils, moisturizers, keep it looking lustrous and shiny and beautiful, because these days with so many products available in that field, it's a wonderful experience to maintain your facial hair. Enjoy it, make it part of your daily routine. Now, underneath all that facial hair is the largest organ in your body, your skin, particularly the skin on your face, all right? Because this is what we show to the world. It's our presentable image of our brand, of us. And we want to look our best. And if your skin is sullen, if you have pimples, if you have rashes, because your skin isn't at its best, we are not showing our best side to the world. It's quite nice to look after your skin as well. If you incorporate it into your daily routine, it becomes a refreshing experience. So for me, and I recommend this to everybody, wash your face at least twice a day, all right? In the morning, in the evening. Get all of that dust, detritus, dirt, dead skin cells away from your skin. Use an exfoliating scrub on your skin regularly. I'm not saying use it every day, it depends on your own skin type, but certainly use it regularly. Now, I use an exfoliating skin wash every day because I shower in the evening and I use one every day, but I use quite a gentle one, which isn't going to rub my skin off. But use one of those twice a day when you wash your face twice a day, but use an exfoliating skin scrub quite frequently, if not daily. And then you can also use a moisturizer twice a day. I use one twice a day, after I've shaved in the morning, after I've had my shower at night. On the occasions where I'm exposing my skin to trauma, I'm shaving, I'm pulling a razor blade over my skin. Skin is traumatized by it. I use a moisturizer afterwards. When I've had a shower and I use an exfoliating scrub, I use a moisturizer afterwards. So if I'm exposing my skin to effort, I'm also going to look after it afterwards. Keeps the skin in good order. And make sure you use products which are appropriate for your skin type. So if you've got dry skin, you get flaky skin, use an appropriate product. And if you don't know what to use, the best way to find out is go to one of these big department stores which have a beauty section and get one of the assistants who are experts in diagnosing, you know, oily skin, dry skin. Ask them, what type of skin do you think I've got? They'll even do some pH testing on it, and they can recommend a product for you which will be appropriate and the right thing to use on your skin. And the last thing I'll say about skin, even though it's summertime when I'm filming this video, that big fiery ball in the sky, the sun. It's nice, it's warm, but it also emits deadly ultraviolet rays, radiation, all right? Ultraviolet can leach the color out of garden furniture. Imagine what it will do to your skin if you allow it to do so. So use a sunscreen, whether you're in a warm country or a cold country. If you're out and you're getting ultraviolet on the skin in the warmer time of year, treat your skin with respect and it will look better for longer. Now, one thing which is really important when we meet people for the first time, when we're talking at them, they tend to look in your eyes and they tend to look at your mouth because that's where the noise is coming from. It draws your attention. And how you look after your oral hygiene is really important. Obviously, the first thing I would say is visit a dentist regularly. Now, it's hard. In the United Kingdom, where I'm from, we have a National Health Service, and there's a shortage of dentists. It's hard to find a dentist to register with. But make the effort, do the work, find a dentist and go for a checkup twice a year. That way your teeth will be in good order. And you can help your teeth remain in good order, but with excellent oral hygiene by brushing your teeth at least twice a day. Me, I brush my teeth every time I consume food. If I'm at home at lunchtime, which I often do these days because I work from home, I will clean my teeth after I've eaten my midday meal. In the morning, I clean my teeth after breakfast. In the evening, I clean my teeth after my last meal of the day. So I've not got any bits of food or anything like that stuck between my teeth, rotting away, causing damage to the enamel of my teeth. And the other thing I do is I floss my teeth on one occasion each day to make sure my gum health is good as well. So look after the old gnashers and they will look after you. And I also use a mouthwash to get to those areas that I can't reach with my my floss or my brush. It just makes sure that the teeth are all in good order. Now, staying with the extremities of the body, let's talk about the fingers, or the fingernails to be a little more specific. Because when you sit down to talk to somebody, and most of us, we use our hands a lot in the way that we talk. It is said that 80% of human communication is non-verbal in nature. It's how we use our bodies, the way we intone our voice, things like that, which puts across a message to the person that we're communicating with. And I'm doing it now. I am using my hands. And one of the things which people will look at is your fingernails. All right, so if you're talking to somebody and you're using your hands to articulate a point to them, they're going to look at those nails, and if you've got greasy, dirty, broken, scabby nails, it's going to be a poor reflection on your sartorial elegance. So the very least you can do, even if you're a car mechanic and you work in the engine of a car, you can look after your hands. Now in situations like that, if you are a car mechanic, you can wear gloves these days, all right, to keep your hands safe. Your employer should provide them. If you don't wear gloves, you can wear barrier cream so that your hands have at least a layer of protection before you start coming into contact with things like grease and oil. However, afterwards, if you still do get grease and grime, use a fingernail brush to make sure that those nails are nice and clean and well trimmed and well shaped. Use an emery board. Don't just use the scissors from the kitchen that you normally use to cut up, cardboard for the recycling. Get yourself some proper fingernail tools, a little sort of set, manicure set. It's not feminine to look after your nails, believe me. One of the things that women will say that they enjoy in a well-groomed man is well-shaped and clean fingernails. Do not let that pass you by. Now, I'm very briefly going to touch on the way that our bodies smell, all right? I shouldn't have to, we should all know this already, but the smell of man is perhaps a little too primeval for most people in our sensitive modern 21st century. So for God's sake, use some form of deodorant, and one which is specific to you, all right? So I don't get on well with deodorants which have certain components within them. I tend to have irritation under my armpits if I have alcohol-based deodorants and things like that. So I buy deodorants which I know work well for me. They may be a little more expensive, but I know they work well for me. Don't be afraid to spend money on smelling well. It is well worth the effort and will win you more friends. Now, as well as the smell of your body, the way that you clothe your body is very important. The first thing I will say to you is wear clothes that fit you well. It doesn't matter the style that you choose. I don't care if you're a steampunk enthusiast, you like to dress in a vintage style, you're a heavy metal, leather-clad fellow. The least you can do is wear clothes that fit you well. Wearing a garment which is way too big makes you look as if you're wearing your dad's clothes and you're 10 years old. Or wearing clothes which are too tight in the modern sort of skin-hugging type, they just make you look like you're wearing your little brother's clothes. At least wear clothes that fit you well and complement your body shape. There are certain types of clothes which suit certain body styles, whether you're large, whether you're small, whether you're athletic or skinny. Choose something which you know reflects well in the image that you're projecting to the world. And whatever you're wearing, pay attention to the details, because when somebody looks at people, maybe two people are very similarly dressed, they will often say, well, of those two, I think this one is the better dressed, the one on the right. And it could be simply because that person has paid attention to the details. They've got a pocket square, they're wearing a lapel badge, they're wearing cufflinks on their shirt. It's the little things like that which draw the eye and set you apart from the herd who can't be bothered. Simply a pocket square in your suit will step you up from the other 85% of the men wearing suits who can't be bothered. The details make all the difference. And look after your clothes well. When you've made the investment in a nice blazer, all right, put it away on a nice coat hanger. Hang it in the wardrobe. Don't throw it on the back of your chair when you get to work and then, sit on it all day long. Hang it up, put it on the coat hanger. Learn how to iron your own clothing, right? If you don't iron your own shirts at the moment, if you get it done at the laundry or your mother or wife does it for you, learn how to iron yourself, because you will have more pride in your clothing, you'll be more self-sufficient, and also when you're ironing your shirts, you will look at your shirts and see that, this shirt starting to fray a little bit. Time to put that one in the gardening pile and then buy yourself a new shirt. It's how you keep on top of your clothing maintenance and your personal appearance, by looking after your own clothes, and you'll be more self-sufficient too. Grooming excellence is really just a case of self-care. In most cases, we know everything that I've just talked about today. We just haven't found the time to apply it to our lives. And I've been on a life journey. I keep doing new things all the time. I didn't start using moisturizer on my skin until I was about 45. To be honest, I wish I'd been doing it 10 years before that, because I know my skin has become happier and healthier, more vibrant, more fresh looking. And I'm not saying it's keeping me looking younger. I'm not afraid to look older, but at least my skin is happier now. And I learned that when I was 45. So if you're not using moisturizer, that's one little thing you can take away today and use on your skin to make you feel better. But there may be any number of things that I've spoken about today that you've been thinking about applying to your life that now you can. Give it a go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, subscribe. Go along and have a look in my Back to Basics playlist, and you'll find lots of other simple advice and tips that can help improve your life journey. If you'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee or you can become a patron. I make additional content in the form of podcasts and videos for my patrons and my supporters, and you'll find the links on how to access that in the show notes below. So until the next time, make sure you look after your grooming, and I will see you again very soon.